students who are in our schools now have grown up in the testing culture of the last decade, which has inflicted a lot of damage. And that damage comes in many forms, but one of them is the clear message that students in schools get that success is about doing well on tests. And if success is defined in that way for students, then they really don't see mistakes playing a role. Now, of course, we want our students to do well on tests, but it turns out that having them do a lot of tests is not how we get there. In fact, it's probably the opposite of how we get there. Students who do well on tests are those who've learned to feel comfortable with maths and who've developed the belief that they can do it. Quoting from Alina Tugend in the New York Times, "If students are afraid of mistakes, then they're afraid of trying something new, of being creative, of thinking in a different way. They're scared to raise their hands when they don't know the answer, and their response to a difficult problem is to ask the teacher rather than try different solutions that might, gasp, be wrong. They are, as one teacher told me, victims of excellence." People are realising what a bad place we're in after the decade of multiple choice testing and constant test preparation. But I would say that even if the state testing is changing, teachers also need to stop or change the testing they do in their classrooms. Countries and schools that are successful don't test summatively except at the end of a year. But in the US, it's typical to be given a maths test every week, especially in high school. And that means that once a week, kids get bad messages from many of them that are harmful, especially if their grades are D's and F's. But not only those kids.